Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight I would like to offer your rune reading for the elements for the week of March 17th through the 23rd of 2024. The one thing with divination is it tends to be timeless, so if you're watching this outside of that window of time, there's probably something there that would be beneficial for you to hear as well. Not always, but you know, source brings in messages not always clear when they're for or who they're for. Sometimes it's very specific, not always. I prefer to read by the elements instead of the zodiac, and there's a video in the description if you're interested in as to why I read that way. And with that, we'll get started using... Oops, thought I had everything ready, sorry. We start with the zodiac first as well, element, which would be fire, covering Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So, there we go. Our fire family, your first rune for this upcoming week is the Gibo or Gabo, depending on who says it. It's your blessings rune. This is generosity. It's a deep blue color. Tarot association is the lovers, and the astrology is Pisces. This is not actually in your wheelhouse. This is the opposite, but the blessings aspect of it is very much for you. This is a sign of gifts, generosity, giving, people coming together, and relationships deepening. So this upcoming week, pay attention to the subtle gifts. It's not always going to be blatant, like, you know, a dozen chocolates and a whole bunch of roses and all this other stuff. It could be something as simple as someone leaving a note, a thank you in your lunchbox, if you still have those, or it could be offering to pay for the meal. Little things can be really big gifts, depending on who's offering it, type of a thing, but that's the first part of this week. The rest, the other rune is Fehu. It is color of light red, the tower card of the tarot card of the tower, and astrology, this is you guys. This is Aries. Good luck, success, fertility, and harmony. So this upcoming week, the tower card is creative destruction. It doesn't always mean bad. But what's coming up this week for fire elemental energy is there are some really good things coming into you with both of these runes. There's a little bit of a heads up, something might need to be disassembled, so to speak, so that you can rebuild something even better. That's the Fehu aspect of this. But with the Gibo, basically it's saying everything's going to work out this week for fire, and it's going to look amazing. There's going to be some really fun things coming in. You might have to do some rearranging. Nothing too dramatic is what I'm hearing, but it's definitely going to be a good week overall for our fire family. So we'll hop over to Earth next, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So our little Earth friends here will get the runes pulled. And we have your first rune for Earth is... Where'd it go? I'm not really super good with runes in this aspect. I'm learning though. We have the Uraz rune, and it is dark green in color. The tarot card association is the High Priestess. And astrology, Earth, this is you guys. This is the leader of the Earth pack. This is Taurus. And it's creative power, wisdom, knowledge, good fortune, opportunity. And the other aspect of this particular rune, the Taurus is the bull. The bull is also a symbol for some amorous activities. Well, we have the spring equinox coming up in the northern hemisphere, so this is also a very strong energy of fertility coming up this week. So Earth, looks like it's going to be good luck for you guys too. But it's really talking about this creative power, this having wisdom and knowledge. And what they're showing me, and I'll show you guys this rune as I talk about this, what they're showing me is this wisdom and knowledge is from commitment. It's something that you are together with somebody on this. So the more intimate, and it doesn't always have to be bedroom activities. Sometimes intimacy is just being able to communicate openly, but they're showing that this is a huge aspect of this, but it's something that comes from a commitment. It's something that comes from being bonded to a person, not just kind of a fling situation is what I'm being told. So our other rune here is Othila. This is ancestral property. We have the deep yellow color. The tarot card association is the moon. Astrology is the full moon. Earth tends to not be as swayed by the moon, so this is more into your subconscious. This is not something as physiological as Earth likes it. It's not so much you can touch it, taste it, feel it. This is going to be more feeling based. Signifies possession, inheritance, real property, inherited abilities or traits. So you are a little bit it is tying into you as a physical, more stable situation, because it's talking about your physicality, but they're also saying that this is an inherited thing. This is something that's been brought through the line, whether it's an intuitive gift, whether it's a as I was told, you always have a knack for certain things in life. So it could be something along those lines, but it's also could be an inheritance of some form coming to you this week. So you've got these two positive runes coming in. One is saying there's some intimacy, growth. A relationship is deepening. It's going to be a lot more fertile for you this week, but it's also tying that into something that is coming from your ancestral line. So maybe it's a good week to do some meditation with your ancestors, or be aware of things that are coming to you and their and who they're coming from, because it could be something big, it could be something minor. What they're showing me is it doesn't really matter what the dollar sign is, it's the value to you that's important, and that's what they're wanting to bring forward. So our air family here, we have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And shake up my little rune bag here. Your first rune for air for the upcoming week is, so air has Fehu as well. So we're dealing with that light red color. The tarot association is the Tower. Astrology is Aries. So air and fire work really well together. So this is very positive for air. It's that good luck, success, fertility, and harmony. Air, what they're showing me is that you're going to be working in working in a situation that actually is so harmonious you don't feel like you're working. They're showing me that this is a time for projects moving forward really easily, and a lot's getting done, whether it's personal or professional, and it's happening in such a way that you don't even realize you're working. It's like you're gonna hit Friday and be like, we got all of that accomplished this week. And that's what they are showing. It's more like, holy cow, we can get a lot done when it's this particular crew. So pay attention to the people you're vibing with this week, because those are the ones who have the energy that's most highly aligned with you. I just lost something on the floor. Your second one is Perth. This is your fate rune. Color is black. Of course it is, it's fate. The tarot card association is the Wheel of Fortune, so nothing is stagnant, everything is moving. The astrology is Saturn. We're looking a little serious on this one. Mystery, chance, unexpected material gain, surprises, something hidden coming to light. Part of what's going to help the flow this week is the fact that you don't exactly know how much you can accomplish. You're not sure. They're saying that there's some new variables that are being tossed into the mix, and you're not really sure at the beginning of the week how this is going to play out. Feyu is saying by the end of the week, this is going to be a beautiful experience. Saturn is saying there's a little bit of sternness, so you might have to step into a bit more of an authoritarian standpoint to say, you know what, we need to stay focused, but it's not going to be something you're going to be forced into. It's going to be something that comes to play for a moment, but it's going to be moving beyond that. With that, the Wheel of Fortune, there's going to be some ups and downs this week. Overall, the week is, they're showing me anyway, is going to be very positive, but don't be alarmed if there's a little hiccup, because that hiccup is not actually a bad thing. It's a reassessment and a realignment. It's basically saying this needs a little tweak, and the easiest way to do it is just to bump the table really quick so all your puzzle pieces go flying. But all of a sudden when they land, you're going to be like, oh, that makes so much more sense. So overall, great week. Things are going to go really smooth. There's going to be a little bit of an up and down hiccup, but it's going to actually be work out in your favor is what I'm hearing. So let's hop over to water for this upcoming week. Water covers Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. We are actually going to be leaving the Pisces season this week. Sorry, water guys. But we're moving into Aries. It gets a little spicy energetically. But for water, your first rune is Sowilu, and it is the sun solar energy here. We've got white and silver for your colors. Obviously the tarot card of the sun, as well as the planetary association. So very much about getting outside is what I'm hearing before we even get into the basic meaning. A rune of good health and happiness, wholeness, clarity, enlightenment with a lot of success. Water this week, the best option of what they're showing me is being outside, getting that sun on you, not being like excessive about it, but definitely be out in the sun this week. That's going to help build to your health overall, but it's also going to lead to some success. They're saying that if you like to work with different elemental energies or the planets, really focus on things that the sun covers. Success, masculine energy, tapping into that projective warming growth aspect is what they're saying for this coming week. It's going to be more, this is just from that part of the rune, they're showing me that this is going to be a you-centered week, water. Not so much about showing everyone else what they can do. This is about what you can do. This is really going to be bringing the focus more internal. And it could be just shining some light on what you're doing and the successes. They're saying possibility of a reward as well, so that's pretty cool. Your second rune is Ansuz, the ancestral god Odin. Getting into some masculine energy here. The color is dark blue. The tarot association, though, not the greatest, but it's death. Your astrology is Mercury, so it's the planet of Mercury. It signifies wisdom, help from someone older. It also means magic, psychic, and initiation. So this week, with the solar energy, especially working with Sowilu, and then you also have Ansuz, you're tapping into the masculine energy this upcoming week. You're really starting to expand your knowledge through experience into wisdom. Knowledge plus experience, both are great by themselves, but when they come together, that's when true wisdom, that's that ability to teach what you know, comes into play. And it's also showing that things are going to be unique for you this week. There's going to be almost a magical air about you. Things are just going to happen. Other people, and they're showing me this, and it's kind of funny. Other people are going to be the ones using the term. It's almost like you're magic or something. Like, how do you do this? It's just, things just flow. You don't have a way to really explain to them that you've been doing this inner work and you've been really focusing. What they're seeing is the now moment. What they're not seeing is the weeks, days, months, or even years that has taken you to get to this point. So to them, it's like night and day magic, but to you, it's like, this is the obvious next step that I've been working on for years. They don't have to know that. Let them think what they think. Because Sowilu is saying the sun is shining on you. The death is the release of the old. It's not so much like a physical death, it's that release of the egoic self, because for you, this is just the obvious next step. There's really no ego involved. Everyone else is seeing it as, oh my goodness, it's so cool. So don't take the death card as like, bad omen. It's actually saying it's time to release a lot of that history, the stuff that you've done before that no longer is serving. You might be toting that big bag. Let it go. So water this week, the sun's shining. It's shining for you. Let go of the stuff that's not working. When the sun shines at high noon, your shadow's like this big. And that's that death aspect of like, clear out the shadow. You don't need to carry all that nonsense with you this coming week. It's a really good time to release. It's a really good time to move forward. They're also saying Epsom salt baths or something along those lines to also help drain off some of that excess energy for water. Actually, that's good for all 4 signs, so y'all can use that. But for water specifically, really allow that water to drain off the excess negative energy. It's time to do some spring cleaning, and that's kind of where this is coming from, is we're starting inside, and then we're going to move into our physical world later. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video if you enjoyed this content, comment and let me know what your thoughts are, and I will see you in the next video.